torch will wind up tonight in the big smoke. Get it? Nathan Phillips Square, where we check in live again with Francis D'Souza. Francis.
Yeah, Mark, it's supposed to arrive here about 7 o'clock tonight, but I'm with two of the torchbearers, Lindsay and David, and Lindsay actually has already carried the torch. You carried it?
Yes, I carried it down Yonge Street, near Yonge and Shepherd, and it went by so fast, but I'm so honored to have this privilege.
What was going through your mind as you're running through Toronto and seeing everyone on the sideline?
I'm so proud to be Canadian today. Yeah. It's just overbearing, looking at all the people coming out and cheering Canada on for the Olympics. Hope everybody keep cheering until the Olympics go to Vancouver.
And David, you're next. When do you carry it?
Yes, I'm lucky to be carrying the torch in Keswick tomorrow at 1:30. So
that's great.
Yes, I'm very happy, very thrilled to be able to share the whole family experience. And
well, this is quite unique because you're actually able to share this experience with your wife and your family. So what was that like?
It's a lot of fun, you know, with so many people on the streets, police pushing people off the side, you know, because there's just so many people. Yes. And for what it's worth, now I have a winter outfit to go with my summer Olympic outfit.
And it's quite nice.
Yes, yes, I love the gloves. I love the gloves.
All right, thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you very
Don't
much.
drop it.
Oh, yes, that's right. Good advice. Thank you.
Right. And now the entertainment here on the stage at Nathan Phillips Square should begin any moment. Coming up tonight at 6 o'clock, we'll show you who is coming up on stage. That's it live from Nathan Phillips Square. I'm Francis D'Souza. Back to the newsroom.
All right, Francis, going to be a party. Live next to Pam Seidel with some very special kids getting a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Pam.
Well, Mark, a lot of the patients here at the Hospital for Sick Children can't actually go out and cheer the torch on, so the torch is coming to them. It should be here in about 45 minutes. 200 to 250 patients and their families are gathering to watch it go by. And I'm joined by one of those patients right now, Tobin Haas, and his mother, Karen Haas. And Karen, tell me about Tobin and what it means to families to have the torch come through here.
Well, I think it's quite nice because, as you said, a lot of the kids, can't go out there to see it. And pretty soon we'll see a lot of little faces up there able to see the torch in real life.
Tell me about Tobin. What is his ailment?
Tobin has a brain tumor, and he just finished cancer treatment for the 3rd time.
And how's he doing? He's doing well?
Yeah, he's a champion. He's a hero.
So is he excited about the torch?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
And tell me, you were telling me something before we came up. You've got something special coming up yourself.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I got a wish granted by Starlight Foundation to go to the Olympics in February.
You're going to Vancouver in February, you lucky duck?
Yeah.
Are you pretty excited about it?
Yeah.
So what is this to you today then? Is this sort of a warm-up or what?
Yeah, I guess so.
Are you excited about it?
Yes.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great time, and have a great time in Vancouver, Tobin. You are one lucky duck. And once again, the torch will be coming through here, scheduled to come in at about 6:22, and they have been very prompt all day. We've been following the torch as it made its way down Yonge Street earlier, so we do expect it to come at about 6:22, and we'll be back when it does. Right now, it's back to the newsroom.
All right, Pam, thanks. Andrea Puno's live out there, too, with when we can expect the torch to show up right in our front yard, Yonge Dundas Square. Andrea.
Yes, that's right, Mark. It is going to show up in our front yard, our City TV building, our home, directly to my left. So I'm sure a lot of people will be watching the torch relay from our beautiful windows inside where it's warm. Doesn't really matter, though. It is cold out here, but the torch is going to warm all of our hearts, I'm sure. So it is going to travel from SickKids Hospital, where our Pam Seidel is, travel down south, down Yonge here. You can see a couple of people beginning to line the streets. It's still a little early, though. It probably won't come through until about 6:45, just before 7 p.m. It'll head down Queen before making its final stop at Nathan Phillips Square, where there's going to be a huge celebration. Earlier today, the torch went through the GTA, where crowds of onlookers cheered it on, including in Markham.
Very, very exciting stuff. It's an amazing feeling, an amazing atmosphere. It makes me proud to be living in Canada now.
We're Canada's most ethnically diverse community. So to welcome the Olympic torch that represents truly every corner, every nation around the world, this is a great celebration for our community.
A massive crowd turned out to watch Torchbearer Cody Hodgson light the cauldron at Markham City Hall, setting off a community celebration. Hodgson was on last year's Canadian World Junior Hockey team and is a member of the Vancouver Canucks. News is everywhere. We will continue to track the torch. Right now, just a couple of people starting to line the streets. We also have a few members of Toronto Police here trying to keep warm right now. So again, the torch expected to come through around 6:45. We'll continue to track it over the next hour and a half. Live at Yonge and Dundas, I'm Andrea Puno. Back to the newsroom.
The Olympic torch is now in our midst. It was carried to Scarborough this afternoon by a local high school teacher and is now on its way to Nathan Phillips Square. Toronto gets 2 days with the flame. Markham was alight and packed with cheering residents earlier today as a massive crowd turned out to see the torch in person. Local hockey player Cody Hodgson carried the flame to Markham City Hall to light the cauldron.
Evening. Toronto's on fire for the torch.
The Olympic flame has arrived in the city. Francis D'Souza standing by live with eagerly awaiting crowds down at Nathan Phillips Square. Francis.
Oh, and Gord, the party is just about getting to rock here now at Nathan Phillips Square. Look at this crowd. They're here to see the torch. They're here to see the flame in Toronto. Right now we have some entertainment up on the main stage here. We have Divine Brown singing with Dane Hartzell. They're actually singing Love to Live in Toronto. They are the winners of the 175 song contest. Now earlier we were with the torch as it crossed into the border into the city. Now that is Toronto's torch cauldron. So when the torch arrives here at Nathan Phillips Square at 7 o'clock, they will bring the torch and light up that cauldron. So we will be here throughout the evening to give you updates throughout the show. Now, if you want to see the torch route, head to our website, citynews.ca, click on the list. The torch is actually going to stay in Toronto for the night and will leave tomorrow morning at Queen's Park at 6 a.m. That's it live from Nathan Phillips Square. I'm Francis D'Souza. Back to the newsroom.
Okay, Francis, thank you for that. Live next to Pam Seidel with some very special kids awaiting the torch's arrival at SickKids Hospital tonight. Pam.
Well, and thank you very much. Yes, everyone is getting very excited here at the hospital for sick children. In fact, they're just about to start the event here. But it's a very special event because the torch is set to arrive here in just a few minutes. Special for hundreds of kids who can't actually get outside and cheer the torch on themselves. And in fact, if you look up to the upper floors here, you can see many faces peeking out from the upper floors because, of course, some of them are too sick to even leave their hospital beds and come down to the atrium here, so they have to watch from up there. And I can tell you it's a very exciting event to watch, but I've also been speaking to some who have had the honor of carrying the Olympic flame, and they say it's an experience they will never forget. So here at the Hospital for Sick Children, it's particularly exciting for a lot of the patients here because Stephanie Bélanger, who is a social worker in the psychiatry department here, is going to be the one to bring the torch through the hospital here. It'll stay here for about 10 minutes, and once again, it's set to arrive at about 6:22. Live at the hospital, I'm Pam Seidel. Now back to the newsroom.
All right, Pam, yeah, it won't be long now. Let's go live to Andrea Puno. She's been tracking the torch relay, and she's right behind me downstairs on Yonge Street. Andrea?
I am. Hello, Gord. Can you see me out here? Probably not, but yes, I am just out front of the building, and the torch is really passing right through our front yard, so such a great experience. It's expected to be passing through this stretch of Yonge within the next, I'd say, half hour to 45 minutes, and a crowd is already forming. I have to tell you, within the last few minutes probably, this crowd has formed. People now starting to line the streets, of course, anxiously awaiting the arrival of that Olympic torch, and the torchbearer through this stretch is going to be Toronto Raptors coach Jay Triano. The 51-year-old actually played for the Canadian men's basketball team himself, so it seems quite fitting that he is the torchbearer through this stretch. He's also the first Canadian head coach in the NBA, so I'm assuming such a proud moment for him, for the team, for us as Canadians. It just unifies all of us, such a proud moment. So again, we've got people already starting to gather in this stretch. We have some Toronto police officers on standby, a little bit of entertainment actually. Usually we hear that all the time here in the square, but just such a sense of excitement. So there we go. So it's going to pass through this area, and then it's going to head down to Queen before making a stop at Nathan Phillips Square where Francis D'Souza is, and it really is just a huge celebration. We'll continue to track the torch from here, Yonge and Dundas, but for now, it's back to the newsroom.
Okay, Andrea, thank you for